Man, I'm so mad that I got this, without the filter that I wanted on. Uh, but I didn't really think to put one on. Um, we gonna do intros after I figure out how to get an appropriate filter going, cause we only do filters, cause it's just cool like that. Bubbles. We gonna get it down. I wanna dance the whole time. Yep, came in the wrong time. Yeah, this will do. This will do. This one. Oh, yeah. That was cool. With me, bread. Yeah. Alright, so Vulture Valley. Yes. One Piece Reverie. Or Reverie One Piece, however you want to mix that up. Probably would do better the first one, but fuck it. So, the very first Vulture Valley stream is going to get way more streamlined once I actually figure out what I'm doing. Because, yeah, I was like, there's no way I can go off the hive watching that One Piece Reverie and then try to make a mini one of my own and just not, like be a tip top shape. But we here. We right here. We gotta go live. So we've been live for a minute now. Gotta get into the topics before I forget about my whole setup that I just made. Fanboy Fridays. Um, I'm gonna try to at least stream once a week where I just fanboy over pretty much anything I feel like fanboying over. And this week, of course, it has to be the Reverie. Happened in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, on my day off, my first day off, so I got to sit back and sleep because I actually missed the Reverie. I actually missed the live portion, but I went back and saw that recording and just dissected everything and just let it wash over me. And then everyone had their post streams or post Reverie streams, and Bruno Brago had one. I think Dritz had one. I want to say Nux had one, but I don't think so. I need to watch Nux more. Nux has some amazing theories. Like I ascribe to most of his theories, I would say in for as far as One Piece. The rest of his stuff is just trolling, hilarious, and it's great. So yeah, I hope to get there one day because he got like crazy editing and super good writing. Even though he's telling jokes and being like funny and trolling the whole time, keeping up intelligent trolls for a long period of time that takes work. That don't just fall out of your ass. So that dude's pretty dope. But yeah, Fanboy Fridays, fanboying over the Reverie, and there's a lot of topics that were missed because, as a lot of us know, uh, that reverie wasn't like nearly long enough. I'm not gonna kill Joy Boy like everyone else been killing him. I'm just gonna say that man doesn't stream and he doesn't know about that lifestyle. So some people can stream for 45 minutes to an hour, and that's normal. Like looking at your screen and looking at someone talk, that's not like an actual TV show or movie over an hour. That's kind of weird. So to sit here and expect this man to do a 6, 7 hour stream and he's just a regular dude, nah. Well, no, he's not a regular dude, but he's not like a streamer. And why would he be? He has amazing videos. He draws shit like, yo, I don't need to do that. So he dipped his toes in the stream life and he was like, bro, 3 hours? I'm going over the limit. And everyone's like, nah. And everyone else, like stream junkies and shit, needing 20-hour streams. And Joe Boy's like, I ain't built like that, fam. Dude, got that shit, bruh. But yeah, I this stream wouldn't be past. I'm trying to make this an hour and a half, maybe. So let's get into it. First topic that I think that either should have been talked about more or that they talked about it already, and I wanted to kind of add my 2 cents in on it. In the Reverie was brought up that since Big Mom went to Wano, even back further than that, since Big Mom got into a scuffle with Luffy, and it was reported that Luffy was just the outright victor and just flattened Big Mom on his way to fight Kaido, like, and putting him up as the fifth emperor, kind of like let other people know, like, kind of that fake news Morgan's kind of made it in everyone's head, like, oh, that is that the honeypot, Big Mom, Whole Cake Island, and now they gonna go over there. Katakuri is gonna, and then it's over with. But people don't believe that's gonna happen, and that's gonna kind of be their downfall. Like, and one of those people that I'm thinking is most definitely is gonna be there, like almost 150%, is Blackbeard. Well, that's how I was at first before I saw the reverie and I saw the experts talk about it, and I was like, it would, that's more like a head canony, like just to do it, just cause type stuff. Like, as fans, we want to see Blackbeard take on like Katakuri while Big Mama's at Wano fighting Kaido for 13 days straight. Like, that's some straight fanboy stuff. Narratively in the story, why would Blackbeard attack a stronghold? Because he knows that Big Mom is in Wano. Big Mom has a country, and she's ruling over that country for a long time. Blackbeard is someone who respects. Um, well, I would assume since he has such a cunning nature and like he's so intelligent and he has like planning, like down that, like planning and waiting. This dude waited how many years on Whitebeard's ship just to get a fruit, to wait some more to do another plan, to wait some more after that to do another plan. Like, that dude is waiting and cunning. That's him. So he can recognize, like real recognize real. Blackbeard know Big Mom ain't no pushover, ain't gonna is gonna leave her country defenseless. So he know that if he go in there, one of the sweet commanders or more than one's gonna be there. And yeah, he's really powerful, but he can probably take out, a sweet commander. But what about the rest of his crew? Is he going to sacrifice Katrina Devon with her new fruit and fucking Shirley the Rain with his new fruit? Like, they might not be able to take out commanders like that easily and not come out unscathed, because once he takes the territory, taking it ain't shit. You got to keep it, because if Big Mom comes back, yeah, she's gonna be weakened from fighting Kaido, but she's still gonna be strong enough to cause you some problems because you're already weakened from fighting her once. And then what if Luffy comes back? Like, what if Luffy is like, yo, I'm coming for one of the Marines? Like, what? Like, say, take everyone out of Wano. Like, say everyone in Wano somehow kills themselves. The Marines is still gonna be after you, and it's like you don't want to be at half strength. Like, you want assurance, and most of all, there's no real reason for it, and that's kind of the argument that was presented at the reverie. I ascribe to it, but at the same time, I wouldn't put it past Blackbeard to send a small unit there to round up as many of the weaker Big Mom children with devil fruit as she can. You know what I'm saying? Like his thing is like infiltrating shit, right? So people at the same time will say Blackbeard is too cunning to do something like that, like waste his forces, and there would be no purpose to it. But what if they're not accounting for his stratagem altogether? Like, yeah, he wouldn't send his whole forces. He would make use of these crazy infiltration devil fruits. Make Katrina Devon somebody trusted in the community, and like, drag somebody in the corner, take the fruit, get out of there, and just do that with two, three people. Sheila the Rain going around just like erasing his presence from existence, and you know, fucking samuraiing people to death. There's a whole bunch of ways that Blackbeard could fuck up Big Mom's thing. Like, you don't have to throw a bomb at him. You know what I'm saying? You attract flies with honey. So what you do, you uh any number of plans, but they're all low key is the point. If you have a good low key plan going and it all makes sense, like, yo, you can do a lot. Like, it's not too hard to see Blackbeard doing some kind of stuff like that. Like he's been cunning since the jump. I wouldn't put it past him. So my vote, and I might even do a video on it. My vote is Blackbeard is going to stealth Big Mom's forces, and when she comes back, if she comes back, we'll talk about that later. If Big Mom comes back to her territory, maybe half her kids going to be missing. Um, her vault may be raided. Like y'all think Blackbeard's not trying to get One Piece? He believed in One Piece. He was like, yeah, it's real. Follow your dreams. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting the peace, man. I'm becoming the richest. He. If you want to destroy the world, man, I think a lot of people think Blackbeard is some kind of maniacal joker that just destroys shit in his past. Like no, the only time he really was like fuck it was when he walked into Impel Down, and that was stupid. I feel like that was just part for the plot. Like I really just to take him out or something just to take him out for a little bit and to like get him into Impel Down. Like that kind of had to happen, but everything else clean. Blackbeard being clean for the longest. Ace tried, but no, Blackbeard. What caught me was when Blackbeard came and he gave him that thing, and Ace was like, "I almost died." One punch, and I was like, Blackbeard low key is a big ass motherfucker, getting hit in the neck like full, like he put his hip into it. So yeah, like, and he fought Shanks before, like Shanks, like we all saw that V Jump article and shat our pants collectively as a unit. Shat our pants when we saw that Shanks had the highest bounty. We'll get into that later too. Just so many topics, you know. But all in all, Blackbeard is definitely one of the most cunning people in One Piece, and he's on his way to the top. So he's attacking Big Mom. Sanji's raid suit too early. Now streams, I'm just getting in streams. Just getting in streams. Just just getting in streams. And I would say one of the people I like to watch is Mugiwara Matt B. And this man calls Sanji's raid suit Shanji's fade suit, and I couldn't agree more. This man Sanji is about to go in on page one, and it's about to be a sight to see. And if it's off screened, I might write a fan letter for the first time in my life and bitch at Oda for at least three strong paragraphs, because that would be bullshit. Like, there's no way you can have this man just, it's gang time. And he like, but nah, not really. Like, why would you do that to me? Why? I don't understand. So, um, too early is the question. It's hard to say exactly because, on one hand, if you are a fan of Sanji at all, you've been hurt for the last. You've been hurt ever since Kuma swiped at Sanji. The moment Kuma's paw touched Sanji, it was over with. Our entire fandom crumbled after that. Uh, Oda was fucking with us heavy. Like Sanji was shat on ever since. He was on the island for the trainees, and if you saw the anime, because I don't believe this was in the manga, but in the anime, they had this man in a dress with lipstick on. It was the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen, and I was like, why would you do? Yeah, it's a joke. Like, yeah, you've been shitting on this man because. I hate when characters have that Brock thing to them. Like Brock was the first character I ever seen this happen with over seasons. Like I saw a Facebook post the other day about how Brock just got a girlfriend. Brock the first episode of Pokemon came out in like '93 or some shit, like or like '97, something like that. Like, I was real little when I first saw it, and no, it was already on DV. It was already on like fucking the tape by the time I saw it, and it was going strong. And he just got a girlfriend. I'm like, I'm 25. This dude should not have taken this long to get a girlfriend. I feel like Sanji was almost the same way. He had pudding, but he really didn't have pudding, and she didn't follow him to Wano. So it was like, well, she could have fallen in Wano, but they kind of split up. Like, you saw them, but they didn't kiss. They didn't really show affection for each other. It's just ridiculousness all the time. And it's like, I'm really tired of Sanji getting shat on like this. So it's like, we had to endure with him with nosebleed, looking stupid, not hitting women. Like the whole point of the phrase, or the whole, I guess, ideology of not hitting women is because men are supposed to be physically superior to women. Like, they're just flat out. They can do other shit better than us, but at birth, like, if just we didn't do anything and we grew up at 25 and we just I would just naturally be stronger. And I'm like, all right, fuck. All right. But when you're fighting someone who has the power of a demon inside of them, all that, you're not fighting a base level human anymore. Like, it's not even, isn't like, that whole thing should go away because it doesn't make sense. Like, these people, if a girl can shoot fire, I can't say, oh, you can shoot fire, but I can shoot more fire than you. Like, no, I just can't do that. So I gotta use anything I can to end your whole shit if you're trying to go against me. I'm not saying run around, just start smacking motherfuckers, but you can't expect me to not stab you multiple times if you're trying to kill me and you can turn into a snake and like do snake shit because you don't not hit female snakes. You don't hit female humans. So if you turn into a snake, it's over with. I don't know what gender you are. I don't have time to check because you're a fucking snake. I really tried to keep a straight face through that whole explanation, but nah. But yeah, is Erasu too early? Not at all. We need a boon for Sanji. We need to make this chapter top five of all time. Of all time. We got more top five coming up later too. But top five of all time. So what do? You tease that his family has something to do with technology way, way back. You show them having suits way, way back, and now, hey, guess what? Sanji gonna have a physical power up, and he's gonna have a technological power up. So now, since Sanji been shot on so much, and Zoro has been doing cool shit for the longest time, Sanji now has, as people would say, feats, so we can gauge him against Zoro better. And people are like, oh my god, well, this man Zoro has just been aiming doing shit since the New World. And I'm like, that's because he did everything in the fucking first part of the story. Like, he was the focus. Sanji was cool, and his thing was the gags, but if you take away the gags, Sanji was just standing in the background. And then every now and then he would get into a fight with the leftovers because the first and second dude are always super close. Like, they're either one could lead the crew, it all is almost flip flop sometimes, or is like, and then the third person is just like who's ever left because. If you say, okay, Rob Lucci was the clear favorite, then Kaku and Jobber was close, but it the way they handled Jobber, he was almost a joke off top anyway. Like, Kaku was that cool dude who could like run on top of the rooftops and shit and kind of like soar like Spider-Man and shit. And it's like, all right, he got a thing. Like, he's cool. Like, I could see him going toe to toe with Lucci, and I don't know who would win. Lucci is like, all right, if you really think about it, Lucci would win, but he wouldn't blow Kaku out of the water. I think he could beat the fuck out of Jabra. Like he could destroy Jabra. Like they're both carnivorous zones, but he could Lucci would fuck up Jabra. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Sanji has to fight him, but Zoro's fighting Kaku, and he fucking gets demon form and shit just to beat him. Yes, Sanji got his leg. That was lit as fuck. And I was like, okay, Sanji has powers. But that was like a boost for Sanji. Like, all right, he's the main character. We had to give him something. So now we give him something. Yeah, it's not too early. I almost went on a super long. It was a long rant, but still. Sanji's raid suit was not too early. He is not going to use it. Every single time I hear someone kind of defend the raid suit thing, as in he is going to be a disguise, and they immediately go into what kind of disguise and blah 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 blah. No one thought of the fact that Law said this, and he said one scratch could affect the outcome of the final battle, and for some reason, no one's taking that into account. That's a very important fact that we need to pay attention to. He Sanji could fight Page One, and they could be relatively close to each other. And when you think about it, that's kind of amazing on Sanji's part because he's a regular human using his fucking feet. And before he had armored hockey, he was still kicking shit that shouldn't have been kicked. And he was fucking it up. Like if all right, Zoro has his weapons. Could Zoro kick the things that Sanji no. No. Maybe punch, maybe, but no. That's not what he trained in. But could he get there even if he did? Sanji's doing stuff on a whole nother level, is all I'm saying. But it's like if this man could do that just base level, add hockey, and then add the raid suit, he's wiping the floor with Page One, which is what he needs to do. He needs to get his base level up to the point where there's a bigger gap between them. Because him and Page One, like Sanji's a normal human, and Page One is a fucking dinosaur. So that normally would be tough, but Sanji's a real nigga. He has fire, he has hockey, he probably can dodge everything Page One can do. Cause yeah, he's a big ass thing, but Sanji can airwalk. Can this thing jump up that high? So off top, this man can maneuver in places that he can't go and then attack whenever he wants. So it's like Sanji's at a good advantage right now, but what if Page One gets a lucky shot on him or bites him? He needs armor on to protect him, whatever armor he can get, so he doesn't get injured in any way. And it would be irresponsible for him to hold back. He's already had an arc where he was irresponsible and let his feelings about his family get in the way of the crew. And he learned from that. He was like, I'm not doing that again. I may have these problems, but I have something that could help my crew win. There's no way I'm letting my pride get in the way, and that shows character development. That's a big jump for him. He's like, yo, fuck it. Like he, it shows so much growth because a lot of people want to see him take time with it. Like these things take like when something. I don't know if the people that's talked about this ever had something happen to them where it fucked so much stuff up that like you can't afford to even think about making that mistake again. So Sanji, someone died because of him. So there's no learning curve that he needs to go through to realize that anything he can use to win, he needs to use it. And he was like, all right, well, I got my raid suit. Um, I really don't want to use it, but Law said blank, blank, blank. Well, I can't get scratched. I might as well give myself to the highest level I can so I can power through this and then go on from there. And it's a twofold effect. And this is where the double reasoning comes in because that's a good enough reason by itself to never put yourself in a situation where you're not beating or you're not assisting your crew to your highest ability. And on top of that, it can be used as a disguise. So it's a twofold for Sanji. So that automatically to him was like, okay, help my crew twice over. I can do that. Let me get this out of Luffy's way so he can go beat Kaido, and we can get out of here. That shows growth, and I think that's where his head's at. And some people may argue against me, but I really would welcome that because I'm not always right. But that's just what I think about that. So yeah, Sanji Raid suit, not at all. Sanji, the first fight he gets into, he uses it. Thank you. I don't want to see no Goku Zenkabu shit. We're Goku and Luffy and other motherfuckers like him in anime doesn't make sense. And that's why it's so interesting to see them win because Luffy fighting Kaido, he should have died. You shouldn't have that much gall to think, who are you? And Luffy, at the end of every episode, tells you who the fuck he is. He is the man that's going to be Pirate King. And you can't be no bitch nigga worrying about logic when you trying to become the Pirate King. You just got to go and get what the fuck you need to get. And everyone else around him will deal with the aftermath. That's what they're there for. When Luffy wants to go to the Grand Line. So what did he do? He got in a fucking boat and he went that way. And then along the way, he was like, "Hey, I'm going that way. You want to help me go that way?" And then they like, "Nah, not really." And he like, "Please." And they're like, "Ah, fuck it, all right." So they go that way, and then he get a person. They're like, "Hey, in order to go that way, maybe we go here first, and then we go there." And he's like, "All right, cool." And he gets some more people, and then they make more suggestions. And that's how a fucking crew works. One nigga says, "I want to go that way," and everyone else figures it the fuck out and tells me so I can go that way more efficiently. That's the point of Luffy in One Piece. And that's how chasing your dreams should work. You find a way to go, you go that way, and you get people around you, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, the people that you go to school with, instructors from your fucking classroom. They help you go that way the more efficiently you can. Everyone you know is part of your crew, and they're helping you go that way. So you just do your best, and that's what Luffy's doing. And Sanji's helping him, and he's not being selfish, and he's helping him as much as he can by using the raid suit. And I think that's dope as fuck. Where the fuck is Cracker and Katakuri? Yo, I'm gonna tell you, but low key, like my mouth dry, and it's just I'm hurt. Yo, my mouth so dry. I'm hurt. I'm still alive, but I just had to get some fucking water. Oh, I'm hungry.
You want me to make something?
Please. Kitty! What up, Thule? Ooh, Thule. Fucking cat. Probably just did my hair or something before this, but it's whatever. I thought I was gonna have my normal comic book filter, but that didn't happen. It did not happen at all. Yeah, this is what's this? I tried to hang up like a Star Wars thing that you put in your freaking car window. I just wanted to like have that on my roof, but it didn't work out for some reason. And yeah. So okay. Oh my god. That hurt. Okay, sorry. Where is Cracker and Katakuri? Yo, let me tell you something about Cracker and Katakuri. I probably shouldn't be eating a banana live on YouTube, but you know, niggas gonna need. Oh shit. So, in a logical person's mind, Cracker would have he would have to have recovered from that from getting hit, since technically his pain is linked to his mental. Like, it's a psychological thing. It's not a physical. Like, he doesn't actually have one hit point. He just thinks he does. It's like a mental barrier. Like, he gets hit, and it may feel just like a regular punch. Nothing could be broken. Nothing actually hurts. Like, nothing actually is past a threshold to where something gets disrupted. Like, he didn't, like, the skin may break, and that's about it. A normal person would be like, okay, that arm hurts. I can still punch with it, or probably get punched a few more times. But Cracker entire body shuts down. So that's something else. So mentally, there's there was no given timeline on how long it takes him to recover from his thing, because uh whatever however he got hit, someone of his stature or someone of his level should recover by now. Like, if Oven got beat up, like how much it would take Luffy to beat Oven up, he beats him up, he knocks him out. It'll probably take Oven a day, 2 days at most to get back up from that. Caesar got knocked out by Luffy, and it was up like not even a day later. So what the fuck? So like a regular person at Cracker's level would have been recovered by now. So whatever mental thing he got going on, that's gonna take it. That's gonna run its course until Oda turns it away. So there's no timeline you can go by for that. So he's probably there, because there's no way you can have Cracker and not use him. So if Oda wants to use him, Cracker's up, and he's probably with Katakuri wherever he is. Depending on Big Mom's plan. Oh, wait a minute. Mm, mm. You know, like, I've seen Brago go hours on a stream without taking like one sip of water and not eating. I'm like, you are a phantom. How do you do things? I can't. I can't, bro. This is tough. My whole existence. But yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, so there's all that about Cracker. Katakuri, on the other hand, he really wasn't even knocked out. Luffy got a moral victory on that man, and that was pretty much it. So he's up. Um, so Cracker and Katakuri should be back to full health, and either carrying out one or two of Big Mom's orders, which is, in my humble opinion, Cracker should definitely be the one to stay back on Whole Cake Island and create an almost infinite number of Cracker clones. Like, I'm guessing it take like stamina or whatever. He should be in the bed, being fed as much as possible, clapping up a fucking storm, loading battleships up with Cracker soldiers, loading just have them all stand in a fucking line, just side by side around like every island, and just whenever niggas want to pull up, pull up. So when Blackbeard pull up, when some of the more tenacious pirates of the New World that's been biding their time come after this man, I mean, come after Whole Cake Island, Cracker's there, main one defending it. And those that dude that had the communication thing, he was actually really useful for that Mountain Door with the book. Is it Mountain Door? I think so. Oh yeah, the guy with the book fruit. He had the communication down pat, so that would be a good one to take with you and leave back. So that's a either or. But if not, if you don't want to like wait and then have Cracker do it, like I said, just put a couple hundred at every island, or even a couple dozen at every island, and whenever something happen, Biscuit Soldiers go and attack whatever happens. That's a good plan. So, um, Powder Curry shouldn't be with Big Mom. I understand Wano is that place, but there's no way that she has a lot of children and they're strong. That Fuku's with her. We didn't see Oven. If Oven's on another ship attacking Wano from like another side or something, I think that'd be too top heavy in Wano, and she's not like she's putting too much faith in her lower level enraged army people to deal with oncoming pirates. Because if a big pirate come, because Smoothie's already with her, and Peril Sparrow, like you took your oldest one of your sweet commanders. We don't know. I don't think Snack is dead, so could um Snack could be with her. So if you take two sweet commanders with you and you leave two behind, that'd be enough. Like Katakuri and Cracker there, like like Cracker could take care of large forces, and Katakuri can take care of anyone high level. Like he could predict anything that's coming and protect the island accordingly. Like he'll know anything, everything, because you have someone stationed every island on high alert until Big Mom comes back. Anything that happened, oh, he can see a couple seconds into the future. Well, that's only around him, but if you have to fight someone big like Blackbeard, seeing into the future would definitely help you not get caught in his fucking um, power canceling shit and you just galaxy donut him to death. Um, yeah, so I think Katakuri and Cracker should be on Whole Cake Island, and Snack and Smoothie should be with Big Mom attacking Wano. Because you make up for any power gaps. So the top half of your crew of your people should be at protecting your home, and the bottom half of your crew should be with you because you have such overwhelming power. You just use their abilities, accordingly, and they can stand under your power umbrella and just help you because they're just numbers at that point. And Luffy's already there fucking up half your people for her. So her weaker people won't really have to take out. Like maybe Hold'em could have been a real problem for some of her crew, but Hold'em's taken out. The Hippo dude's taken out. And more people. And who knows? Even X Drake, like Law and X Drake may fight. Like while Page One and Sanji's fighting, X Drake might come out of nowhere for the assist, or Hawkins, and you might have to take Hawkins down, or you might have to take it like he's forces getting fucked up by Luffy anyway. So you don't need the strongest of your crew to really attack because Big Mom can fight Kaido. A lot of people, and it makes sense. It said bet on Kaido in a one-on-one fight, but if most of your forces are getting fucked up, like pretty much Luffy's gonna take care of one half of Wano, Big Mom and the force are gonna take care of the other half, then it'll be just Kaido and maybe one or two other people. Big Mom and Kaido fight, and Luffy may jump in, or one of his crew members, Zoro, and then one of Big Mom's people may jump in. So it's all these people against Kaido. They may win. So yeah, I think Oven and Cracker and Katakura are all back on the island. Big. I was like, what did I say? Kaido. No, I was King. KO Big Mom. Will she survive? That is that's a funny one. I think that there's no way that she doesn't survive. Really, like like I said, Big Mom's gonna be there during the battle. If at most, I'm saying it right now, at most, Oda's really going to try to pretend. He's going to try his hardest to pretend Big Mom is dead. She's not going to really be dead, but he's going to milk it to the day he dies. That's just a theory. That's not the one I ascribe to the most. Like, that's not my end all be all theory, but I have a sneaky suspicion that he's really going to try to make it look like she's dead for a minute. I'm not saying a year or nothing, but at most, like, someone, one of her family members is going to think it or say it out loud. It's not going to be fact, but they're just like, "Is Big Mom dead?" Blah blah blah, and list all these credible facts as to why she may be dead. And then, like a couple issues later, when either it gets real or we kind of forget about Big Mom and just bring her, run that back, Turbo. Like she's just gonna come out of nowhere and just, hey, I'm still Big Mom in case you forgot, and just smack the shit out of somebody. Um, King though, I did not expect him to be a freaking Pteranodon, and I don't know. I like it because I like the fact that Oda got us talking to the point where we was questioning things that were well outside of what has been shown. Like if we were to logically be like, all right, um, in most crews, I mean, yeah, in crews, in big crews that have a theme like that is heavy with the theme, that theme doesn't break. Like the most the like if anyone had the free reign to have a different category of devil fruit, it would have been Katakuri. Like he had future sight. He could have had the heat fruit or the fire fruit or some kind of like other like elemental fruit that like just made him stronger. And it had nothing to do with fruit. It had like an offhand reference to fruit, like the heat fruit, like ovens fruit. Like yeah, it has something to do with food, but if you remove the fact that he's surrounded by food things, the heat fruit can stand alone. It has nothing to do with food. And you could have gave that to Katakuri and made that, had an interesting battle with that. But the strongest person, Katakuri, he still had to stick with the theme of food. So we should have all been like, all right, well, Jack's a dinosaur. The rest of the calamities has to be a dinosaur in some kind of way, no matter what we see. Even though no one logically would have jumped to, all right, um, if you're going with mythical, which is the one that has powers, there's no dinosaurs that are considered mythical that also emit fire. That's, it just doesn't happen. Like dinosaurs and mythical don't go together. So you wouldn't, when we all saw flame around King, would have been like, all right, he's just a guy that has flame around him, you know. But he's a guy who has flame around him, so his fruit has to have something to do with flames. And I'm like, well, if that's true, then when we saw him standing with the flame on, that means that was his hybrid form, because there's no reason for him to be on fire if he's a Logia type that's mythical. Because Sengoku doesn't have a gold glow around him when he's just standing still. Marco doesn't have blue flames sputtering around him when he's just chilling. But we did see X Drake just chilling in his hybrid form. And then we saw King and Queen just standing. We didn't see Queen didn't look like he was in his hybrid form either. But King kind of looked like he was in his hybrid form because when he turned into that Pteranodon, he had flames even more than before, or more than, because before it was just around his head, but now it looks like it's going all down his back and shit and up to his neck. So that kind of reminds me of Marco, but since Marco's a Phoenix, he has to be completely covered, and this Pteranodon thing is kind of a stretch on something. I still don't know exactly what it is it's referencing because the Phoenix has flames, and the only thing Oda did with the flames was turn them into non-harming flames. I don't know if Phoenix's flames didn't burn like I did. I never heard of that before, but that could be a thing. So he just basically went straight with the lore. I still don't know about this fire thing. The only thing I can reference is Yu-Gi-Oh. The guy used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, and in Yu-Gi-Oh there's a couple of like pterodactyl looking cards or pteranodon looking cards that are on fire, like the Jurox, and it's just a couple of the dinosaur type in general. And I found that interesting. I was like, all right, well, he may be pulling from like Yu-Gi-Oh, like that. That's right, kind of where my mind went. Right after I got out of the whole, there's no real dinosaurs with fire. I was like, well, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's pretty much everything. Like, there's electric machine dinosaurs. There's spirit dinosaurs. There's fire, water, earth. There's all kind of dinosaurs in Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're like Yu-Gi-Oh's lore is crazy. Like if you actually look it up and shit, like there's a lot of shit going on in the background of Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're just telling like these wild stories and people not really putting them together. But if you put some shit together, like the Dark Magicians have a storyline, the Red Eyes Black Dragons have a storyline, the Blue Eyes, like a lot of them have a lot of shit going on with them. So he could be pulling from Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm saying it first here. King's Power may be with like a Yu-Gi-Oh card type shit. Like it may have bases somewhere in the lore pulled similarly from Yu-Gi-Oh. Like if you look at the lore of a fire pterodon looking card, and then you look up the lore for and the lore gets revealed, it'll be similar. I think. Um, Big Mom will definitely survive getting tipped over. That was just kind of a shock factor. Like I'm saying, you got big top five. You got to have a lot of shit going off because you can say Oda doesn't look at it week to week, and Oda doesn't look at these streams and reverie and stuff. Well, he doesn't look at my stream, but because no one's looking at my stream because I don't give a fuck. But like like real YouTube streamers, he definitely looks at those. Like I might as well bring this up now. Congratulations to all my niggas that was in the reverie, my future YouTube brethren. All y'all that was in the all y'all that was in the stream, Joy Boy, Dritz, Nux Taku, Chibi Reviews, just everybody that was in there, teching, King of Lightning, um, the Red Force nigga, Eric, all y'all. Y'all got the top five on YouTube watch with like over 6,000 people watching. And that was some legendary stuff. That's why I like really want to be in a reverie. Even though again, this one didn't last as long as people would have liked. It was still a reverie, and I was still hyped for it. And I'm very thankful that it happened. And I hope one day that I get into it, and I'll be thankful again because it's really a privilege. It's really a privilege and almost like a badge of honor. Like you took the time out to do this stuff, and now you're getting rewarded because people are gonna know who you are, and you get to talk with all the people that you look up to. It's just like the NBA, but the payoff, the turnaround payoff is way better. Just like Mr. Morge, he was saying that he was watching, people on YouTube by himself like 6 months ago. And the other day, he got to be on the stream with them. So 6 months, all you gotta do is work hard and love what you're doing and know what you're talking about, and you could achieve your dream in 6 months. Some people have spent their whole lives playing basketball to play in the NBA. LeBron James Jr. is probably one of the only people ever in history that's going to be able to play with their dad, and their dad's probably still going to be dominant. LeBron James, like it's crazy. So it's like I get to keep trying my best, putting out videos and doing streams with y'all so I can get in that thing one day. But Big Mom can't die. I think King has a asterisk by his KO because he KO'd everyone on the ship. You can't take away the fact that that was a smart move because he didn't just wave his hand and everyone fell by mistake. Like he purposely changed into the fastest form because he could have changed to his hybrid form and to show off and then try to go at Big Mom on the ship 1-on-1 to show everyone that he's that nigga. But no, he went in the form that he could, get big and wide and big and strong enough and fast enough to fly and hit the bottom of the ship at the perfect timing as hard as he could and flip everyone over to take everyone out at once. Like that was strategy. You can't say it was a fluke. You can't, blah blah blah. This man did his due diligence and took out one of the biggest threats in the world as officially as he can because his boss was freaking out. He was like, "Hey, I got you." He didn't sit there and like, why is this weakling like that one dude, baggings or napping, one dude napping with the cool bar. He's up here talking shit about Orochimaru and shit. And he's not trying his best to protect him. King just knocked the fucking ship off, and he didn't say shit about it. He didn't say, hey boss, did you see what I did?" He didn't do nothing. He just I did what I was supposed to do. Yes, all he brought was one ship. I was ready to lay down my life. So King got an asterisk, but he got a star for me because he did his thing. Big Mom, yeah, she's supposed to be a distraction. In my mind, Big Mom uh has two or more ships approaching at the same time. And she just made her presence known the most because she believed that no matter what Kaido threw at her, she was going to be able to take it for her children so her children can get in. So yeah, she don't give a fuck about her children, but at the same time, she's like the distraction. Like she could have had someone else be distraction and she could have snuck in through the back, but she was like, "Nah, I'm here. It's game time. Mama, let's do this." And all right, Big Mom, that's props to you. But she, like true Big Mom fashion, it was a good thought. It was a good plan. She definitely grew in her thinking because back then she was making bears and wolves try to kiss. And now she's like, "Hey, we got to have a three-pronged attack, and I'm gonna be the fucking Trojan horse, fucking distraction, foghorn." I'm gonna be that car in Walking Dead when they was in that camp and Negan and them sent that car with that radio in, and all the zombies came. That's what Big Mom was doing, and it's gonna work. I think another like a third of her forces or 2/3 of her forces is going to get in, and the 1/3 that Big Mom had is going to have to fend for themselves at the waterfall and find a way up. And someone or something is going to rescue Big Mom. And I don't think it's going to be a Straw Hat. Maybe it's most likely going to be one of our allies. But if it ends up being some weird like that octopus, like that octopus never really made it out with Luffy, and they just end up falling in the thing like he's still there, and then Big Mom end up running into him, and the octopus saves Big Mom for some weird like that's gonna happen. And then yeah, so why Kaido was so shook when she was at that waterfall in the first place. It was touched on jokingly that Big Mom and them may have already smashed, and Kaido kind of just like, I don't want to see her again. like I, it's it's kind of like when Zoro sees Tashigi, except he's not thinking of another person. He's thinking of Big Mom, and it's like back in the day, she used to be hot, she used to be like bad, and now maybe Kaido was like went like maybe head over heels in love with her back in the day or something along those lines. Like he had a crush on her, and only maybe or maybe Big Mom found out, or maybe there was a whole thing. Maybe they did it a couple times, and then Kaido takes off and they go their separate ways. And years later, he hears about her having like 60 some 100,000 kids and having all these dudes and stuff. And then he sees like a picture of her or whatever, and then it's like a 180 from what she used to be, and then he's just like he's ducking her hard, and and I think that's something Oda would do. And then it would be for us to up to us to interpret it and say it for him, because he won't be able to say it in the comic like that, but it'll be like hinted at, like, man, you used to be so bad. What happened? And then or the most extreme version of that is he feels all of that, and he has in one of those fuckers is his kid, or maybe he thinks it is, and he's like, all right, it's my kid, so out of all of them, it has to be gotta Curry. He's the strongest. He got the observation. It gotta be him, or like it wouldn't be Oven or something. Oven could be Peril Sparrow. Like that could be a hint as to why Kaido's like the way he is. Maybe the dragon fruit, his hybrid form, is the Kaido that we see now. And Peril Sparrow's body type is how he really is. Like his full form is his full form is dragon. His hybrid form is the Kaido we see all the time. That explains why he's so big, because it's half dragon. Because when we saw him land from that Sky Island, he was towering. He was like an actual, like like a structure, like an actual building above Kid and all them people. And I was like, there's no way he can be that big. And then when we saw him again, he looked kind of small and like weird. And we know that Chopper can go in like different forms. That's because of the Rumble Ball. I wouldn't say that's a mutation. I would say that's unlocking like a certain, like you're unlocking the range, because hybrid would be a perfect 50-50 mix of the two. But we saw Rob Lucci, he had like a skinny tiger form and he had a big tiger form. So it was like, oh, so there's a hybrid and a semi hybrid. Like, so there's a 30%, there's a 35%. So maybe when I saw a panel of Kaido, I swore he was almost the same size as one of his subordinates. And I think that's like a mini, that's probably like a 25% form. Like he still has muscles and shit, but base form Kaido without any transformation probably looks like Peril Sparrow. If Peril Sparrow is his son, I want this podcast to be just freeze frame this, because it's some wild accusations and stuff. But yo, we've seen Kaido look, because when he was in that cave, he was in the cave and he was talking to his subordinates. He was bigger than them, but he wasn't that. But he looked like how Katakuri would look over somebody, like really tall, but not Kaido falling from a Sky Island tall. Like I think that Kaido was like maybe even like he didn't make it full dragon form, but he put like 75%. So he still has the human shape, but he just grows really big. Like Rob Lucci has that little form, and then he blew up. Like Kaido's blow up form is that big monument building size. So that's like max Kaido when he's still human, and then he changed to a dragon. So it was like, because we didn't see him transform into a dragon. We didn't see what he looked like prior to coming there. So he could have been in base. I'm not using my fruit power at all Kaido form. And that would kind of explain. Well, no, Big Mom was already tall, so maybe. Well, yeah, I think Perisparrow's kind of tall. So yeah, if anybody, because Perisparrow was there, so maybe Perisparrow's his dad, or maybe Perisparrow's his dad. Maybe what's his name? Maybe Kaido's Perisparrow's dad? I'm just saying, because everyone wants it to be Katakuri. I think it's Perisparrow. Uh, oh, where's X Drake's street cred, bruh? X Drake, All right. So King of Lightning, for some reason, is under the assumption that X Drake ain't really never been shit, ain't never really gonna be shit. But he'll definitely be in the minority. Transforming into a dinosaur, I would never, because we're thinking about it so much in the context of the story, and it's easy to get lost in that. But a lot, you got to remember, One Piece is based off the real world. No matter how loosely of an interpretation, it's still based off the real world. If you can change into a giant dragon, you can't shit on that. I mean, a giant dinosaur, you can't shit on that because that's fucking terrifying and hard to deal with. You may have powers and shit, but yo, that sword can only do so much unless you got like Mihawk level shit going on. And then you can train the dragon's form because that dragon form is pretty much for like bigger, non-piercing opponents. Like if X Drake were to fight Roche, it would probably be better for him to try to fight him in dinosaur mode because he has teeth and he's big and he can match with his strength, and then he can actually bite him and pierce him because yeah, the karma fruit that Roach has, it takes damage, but to me, it kind of looks like it's more blunt and bashing damage instead of like slashes and piercing damage. But I could be wrong. But yeah, his hybrid form could probably do something to him, but it would probably in the form of like slashes or punches or something like that, and that's not gonna. Well, and then he'll have his swords too. So yeah, speed over size. So it depends on how you want to fight. But yeah, I think X Drake at the end of Wano, at the end of Wano, I think to fully redeem Sanji, this would be one of the major moves that should, in my opinion, go down. Will it go down? I put it at 25%. To be real, like it's not really a big like it's not necessary, but it would be kind of cool. Like the thing to put. All right, so I'm putting Sanji over X Drake now because okay, the supernovas, they're all separated from every other New World pirate, including people on their crew. So if Killer wasn't included in the supernova, Kid will be that much more ahead of Kid. Kid will be that much more ahead of Killer, but he's not. He's closer. You have to however much progression you give Kid, except for maybe right now, because maybe Killer's not in the same environment, forced to train. But before this training, you had to put Kid and Killer that close together because they was in the same ranking. Like at the time, that was the only ranking we kind of had, and in feats, like we heard about kids' feats and we heard about Luffy's feats. And when it comes to those two things, those are kind of training and gauging tools we use to put people on a certain level. So all the other supernovas, we can't really put them. It's easier to put them toward the bottom, like Jewelry Bonnie, like Scratchman of Pooh, Hawkins to an extent, um, X Drake up until now. Well, we really can't put him that high still because all that happened in the chapter was us being shown what we already assumed that he had a hybrid, and we already saw what his zone full zone can do, and then that can only go up from there. And then so it was like the people without feats you put toward the bottom, and people with the kind of impressive feats in the middle, and then Luffy's are usually at the top, and he's fighting with one or two other people. Before it was Law because Law had hella things going for him. He was a Shichibukai, but now Luffy's a fucking emperor, so now he's above Law, and the old kid is here, and he's trained just as much, and he has one arm. So it's like all these things are giving people feats and stuff. So I would give it Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, and then put Sanji. X Drake would be coming up on him fighting with Uroge, but Sanji has been given so many feats. I'm wondering how did Zoro make it in and not Sanji? Because I think it's because Zoro had a Zoro had a past before. Sanji was nothing before we found out he was a Vinsmoke. He was just a guy that could kick really well. He had an epithet, but it was like he's just part of the crew. He doesn't have anything outside of the crew that makes him special. Nico Robin has Devil Child. She has something outside the crew that makes her special. She has a cat burglar, so that kind of made her something, but she didn't do much in the crew. So the stuff that she did while she was a cat burglar kind of helped her image in the crew. Zoro had an image outside the crew and he did stuff in the crew. So that boosted him up and put him right next to Luffy because Luffy didn't have much before he started as a pirate, obviously. And when he, started doing stuff as all the stuff he did as a pirate overtook the fact that he didn't do anything before he was a pirate that people knew about. So it was like, all right, Luffy made name himself as a pirate. Zoro made name for himself as a pirate hunter and a pirate. That's why they're up there. Sanji only has his feet in the thing, and like I said before, he's only fighting the third strongest dude. He's not saying that much. He's not making statements, but people's like, "Oh, the bounty hunter dude did this, and the bounty hunter dude," and I was like, "Oh, the guy who can kick did stuff." He's like, "Who's the guy who can kick?" Oh, he's in this crew and he did stuff he can kick, so you can only reference him inside. But for Zoro, he's like, oh yeah, Zoro took out a whole thing of bounty hunters, and he's a bounty hunter, so that may have been a thing. And now people talking about Sanji, like, oh Sanji, you're a prince of a nation who has a comic book about him. So all the things that the German 66 did now gets added on top of Sanji street cred, and everything he did in the crew is now it was not amplified, but it's being done. And then he just had that whole cake thing, so it was like not only was Sanji a part of German 66 leave, and then when him and the German 66 met back up, he saved the German 66, and now the German 66 is back out in the world thanks to Sanji, who is a Vinsmoke and a part of the German 66, and also a famous Straw Hat who have all these big names in it, like God Usopp, Straw Hat Luffy, the Pirate Hunter Zoro, all these, the Humming Brook, all Cyborg Frankie, all these people are feeding into, like, Sanji's just bubbling up, and it's like if we really think about it, 11's kind of an odd number. So what if at the end of Wano or the next time the newspaper gets put out, Luffy's the emperor and Sanji is a supernova, the 12 supernovas and the 5 emperors. Like just to shake it up so much, like oh my god. And then Zoro will start doing feats outside the crew again, maybe, and I will talk about that later. Um, so now, where's Drake's street cred? He doesn't really have any. He's about to get some if he jumps in this fight with Page One and Sanji, but now he's under Sanji, still in the top half or the middle-ish because it's again Luffy, Kid, Luffy, Kid, Law. Yeah, I was gonna put Killer up there, but I can't. Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, Sanji, Killer, Drake, or Drake, Killer, Roach. Is yeah. So he's in the bottom half. Like Sanji, like the big four. You can say top five. Sanji's in top five. Sanji, Zoro, Law, Kid, Luffy. Okay, and that was battles from 5 to 1. So that's where he is. Getting back to some more Wano stuff. Is Kumurasaki Momo's sister? Is she a thought and shit? That's actually a very important question. We'll answer the first one first. I would say Kumurasaki is most definitely Momo's sister. Like there's almost like no real evidence against, like you have a hard time arguing for that, to be real, because there's there's so much evidence just piling up, and especially that last chapter that had Momo in it, and he had that slow look to the camera, like, I need to find my sister. And then you see Kurosaki just pan off to the side, just and she's doing thought shit. So yeah, um, the answer's both right there. She's kind of a thought into proving otherwise, and we almost know. Well, we definitely know that's gonna happen because Oda does this bullshit a lot. But the thing about Wano is he wants to switch up expectations and pace shit differently and do this and do that. So Kurosaki may through and through be an asshole, and that could play on to be like she could be a big foe throughout the arc, like. And instead of twisting it to where okay, Momo's sister needs to be converted back to the side of good, make Momo's sister just the biggest just asshole you can, and then almost have her be like a Black Widow, like have her um play around with Orochi until the opportune moment to where she kind of like latches herself onto him and then make it like she's so for him and then he gets killed and then she takes advantage of it and now she's like leading all of her men and shit or leading all of his men and then like just like making her like a villain, like really flesh her out. Now, I think that's a little bit too sophisticated for your boy Oda and this title, but that would be really interesting. Like that would really subvert expectations, which is definitely a theme in Wano. Like stuff not being the way you thought it was, still sticking to a guideline, but it's like just like hey, I told you Big Mom was coming, and then having it so it doesn't happen so often back to back, and then it actually happened. That would definitely flip it in a good way, and I hope that continues to happen. So if the way you can have that is Kurosaki being Momo's sister could be the way you can stick to the storyline because everyone sees it coming. But then you just make it so, I'm gonna convert her because of friendship, and then she just never changes and just straight up just acts like an ass, just shows her ass the rest of the fucking art, and just never redeems herself. That would be that would be great. That wouldn't do so well for Oda's track record with women because a lot of people like kind of shit on him for that. Like a lot of times I the art is definitely one of them. Like the way Oda draws women is kind of as it there's a lot left to the imagination. And it could be better, but it really does. Ooh, get that cheese. Ooh, thanks for the food. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was playing. Like I need Moot Rorschach out. Get out. My dog know I got food, y'all. I will not rotate back camera. I do what I want. Some spices. Excuse me randomly shuffling through boxes, but I'm gonna get back to my point in a minute if I remember it. I was probably on a roll, or I was rambling, and I saved y'all from my shenanigans. You can tell this is my first stream because I'm just doing shit, and I'm not really people coming in, out, but you know, that's what makes me me. That's what makes me me. But yeah, I think Kurosaki's. I hope that's what I hope. What I think is actually going to happen is probably way less cool. And oil, what's up, oil? Um, What's really gonna happen is probably way less cool. It's probably just gonna be something simple. She's probably gonna get converted after a couple friendship speeches, and then nothing's really gonna change. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you because depending on what she serves, what purpose she serves after that point, is what really gets you. That's the part that really gets you. I'm about to like talk, but I'm about to eat a sandwich. So give me a minute. But so if we keep up with the traditional, the traditional crap, and Kurosaki ends up being his sister, and then he converts her with the power of friendship, that will bum a lot of people out. But if she ends up having inherited her mother's fruit, awakened it in some kind of way, and like it'd be amazing if she had her mom's fruit and she was using it in some way to like she's awakened it and she's using it in a different way. Like she doesn't skip people ahead 20 years or something. Like maybe she can use it to look ahead in time and figure out who and figure out what to say. Like she always knows what to say, and she's very charming. Maybe because she's always looking in the future, and she always knows like, all right, I tried this on him, this on him, this on him, it didn't work. All right, I'll do this or whatever, something along those lines. Mm, 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 mm. Yep, it's happening. Um, all in all, there's a lot you can do with Kurosaki, and I want her to be a thought and shit, but she may not be. Or she may be one and she'll change eventually. Uh, and speaking of people who should be dead, is Odin alive and do we care? I'm gonna let y'all digest that for a minute. Mm-hmm. Is Odin alive? And do we care? Do we though? Because most of the time, actually, I can show y'all that. I can look at my stuff while I do paperwork over here. And oh god, I'm definitely gonna eat beforehand next time. I might eat during the end. I don't know. She made this fucking sandwich so good. Um, there was a theory. I think it was involved. It has something to do with Roger too, like Goldie Roger. But the long and short of it is, no, it has something to do with was I'm thinking of a different theory about if Brooks Captain was still alive. It's something different. There was a cover page when someone that had the same design as Odin was sitting talking to somebody. So maybe he's alive. I think he was talking to Rayleigh or something. Mm, 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 mm. I think that mm, watch out. Okay, I'm done. um, Besides that cover page, I can't really think of anything concrete that would make it so that Odin's alive. The only thing that would make him alive is our hopes and dreams. Really, for that would make it a very interesting story. Besides that, there's no real facts backing that up. I see a lighter. Why? You so ready? Thank you, baby. Here we go. Um. Yep. We still at it like a crack addict. Would you just be? Thank you. Look at the eye. Here we go. Anyway, now I get to look at a little something, something. You know, I hate when I leave. I knew I should have got something, and I just didn't get it. Because I really need some napkins, but I really miss my niggas. Which ain't got nothing to do with what I just said. Um, okay, so Odin is not alive. It really doesn't matter, except it would only really matter for the story. Like, there'd be another person that knows something about the Void Century that could tell us, and it would make sense. Because without pulling someone out your ass, like Roger had a lot of people in the crew. It's been said, oh, it's been said that the weaker people on Roger's crew definitely stayed behind when they went to Rafta. So a lot of people assume that Shanks knew exactly where the One Piece was, and he was just chilling with the secret. Like he may not know, and then he doesn't seem like the kind of person that would ask. Like he looks like an information dude from the way he's been moving lately, but something like that would conflict with his pride. Him and Luffy are too similar for them not to have like equal like Shanks has superior thought processes compared to Luffy, but they're somewhat a kindred spirits almost. Mm-mm-mm. I wish I could eat quieter. I really can't. I wonder how many people are gonna look back on this and be like, "What the actual fuck is happening? Does this happen often in streams when niggas just get hungry and shit go down and there's no stopping it?" I bet. I bet. There's no way. Mm. Maybe niggas got so much discipline they can just be like, fuck food. I'm gonna shake that person's hand after I wash mine. Um, who is a lurking legend? A small population of people think that question um, doesn't need answering because it was posed by. Well, the question wasn't posed by, but it was said like a lurking legend. He's gonna be coming in One Piece soon, and it's like, yeah, it wouldn't be big and bombastic because if Oda was gonna do it like that, he wouldn't have had to. He wouldn't. I don't think he would have told us. I think it's gonna be like it's gonna be so low key that people won't see the significance of it. And then once you put a lookout, and we once you say something about lurking legend, every mysterious person that pops up is gonna be, oh shit, is that him? Is that him? So now you're looking at everyone closer, which is what it wants, because you're missing like big picture stuff. Like it's getting bad. For a couple seconds, I forgot I was streaming. Like I was like, this sandwich though. God, why? Why did she have to bring me the sandwich? Anyway, mm, lurking legend. Jesus Christ, a lurking legend has to be emu. It's not even a question anymore. It's always been a question. You got to question stuff in One Piece, but as far as like, come on, dog, things, that's definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. I don't even want to get into all that because I'm just gonna go off the track. But basically, Inu Sama is definitely lurking legend. He knows too much and has too much power. He's definitely one of the main Void Century folks. And maybe a few more reveals. He's definitely top three of people that were in the Void Century or have something to do with the Void Century. I feel like I feel like it looks like I'm just doing like drugs, just in the corner. I'm doing meth hardcore right now. And I'm just, mm, Jesus. Hey, man. Hey. Oh, oh, yeah. It's real. So, let's see. One Piece Reverie top five in the verse. Oh, man. So, yeah, the YouTube Reverie stream was top five streams on YouTube when it was streaming. I think it made it to top three by like the end of it, only being beat out by like lo-fi tunes, like that station that plays like smooth ass music and shit all the time that people basically go to sleep to. So it really don't count. And then Pepper Pig, where it's all those little kids just got it on rerun all day, and that makes sense too. Free television and Pete and the kids will shut the hell up. Makes sense to me. So basically, of all competent people that actively listening and watching streams, One Piece Reverie top five made it at the top of YouTube, in my opinion. Like people that was like, all right, that have a time, like, all right, this date, they're doing this. I gotta be here. I gotta clear my schedule. I gotta make sure I watch this. 6,000 people did that and watched for almost the whole time. And I would have been one of them if I didn't legit pass out for like 14 hours because of work and stuff. So, um, last topic. What's going on? And last topic, wishes for my channel in the future. I've officially concluded my meal, so I can get back in the focus of the camera. Oh shit. Yep. We in there. Yes. Yes. All right. So yeah, the wishes for my channel in the future and video rhythm. So I'll explain video rhythm later. And wishes for my channel in the future. One wish is that I didn't go this entire stream without getting anyone watching me, and that's okay. We're gonna get that up in the future. This is the first one. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't post it on any of my things, any of my different accounts like Twitter, because I have a Twitter for Vulture Valley. I have a Twitter, Instagram. I'm getting a Facebook. When I start drawing for real, I'm gonna get a fucking Tumblr and Twitch. Get a Twitch and whatever the fuck else I can think of. Maybe a stream.me so I can stream stuff because I like watching anime. And if I just watch anime and people want to watch it with me, like why the fuck wouldn't why not? Yeah, so I want to get all those things up. Um, and I like my setup that I got now, but I want to get more anime stuff. Like I want to get a legit grid poster work of anime stuff and a whole bunch of pop figurines. Like I want it to be nerded out. Maybe even get some manga, like actual manga. Nerd the fuck up, bruh. And yeah, that's the wishes from my channel so far. Probably gonna get some more of those. I'm trying to end out on some positive growth shit on most of my videos and be like, yo, this is what I'm wishing to come in the future, and then hopefully you see you guys coming. So when I make a change, you won't be like, oh, it came out of nowhere. Like I'm telling you, almost at the end of every video, that I'm motherfucking getting shit better, so my camera doesn't fall mid sentence, and we gonna make it happen. Um, oh, video rhythm. So a lot of people have upload schedules and days they do shit. The only consistent thing I've able to get down so far is Fanboy Fridays, and that was just today. This is the first one, so I've started that. So I'm trying to stream every week, and I'm definitely putting out 2 to 3 videos every week. So that's 4 chances to see me in various leaning back positions or sitting up thinking attentively, stretching, eating it off and on camera. Plenty of things that I do with my life in this stream. And they may not all be consistent, but we're gonna get there. So I won't have an upload schedule. Just the rhythm for the week. Just feel it. If you don't see 2 videos in a stream from me and you actually care, just know my rhythm's off. Hit a nigga up and be like, yo, what's up with the rhythm, fam? And I'll be like, you know what, you right. Pow, pow, 2 videos like that. I already got 2 videos out on my channel right now. The 9:30 review and discussion, my Riverside review series is what I'm calling it. And then um oh yeah, I did a kind of a news thing. I'm just gonna call it news. I don't have a catchy name for it yet. It's just that whole Shanks being, well, I can talk about that real quick. So Shanks being the one with the highest bounty. You're putting quotation marks and asterisks all around that thing because we just don't know. Like, are they saying of the Yonko, he has the highest bounty, or he has the highest bounty overall? Because As far as we know, the only person that has a bounty higher than a Yonko would be Dragon. But if that was referring to top bounty overall, then now we have to separate most wanted from most from highest bounty from Dragon, and why would that even be a thing? So instead of making extra work for himself, I think Oda, um, I think the editor just was talking about the Yonko because the article, I mean, that whole section was about the Yonko and Shanks as a Yonko. So the highest bounty of all, the Yonko, I'm guessing. Um, would I have a problem with it if it was the highest? Yeah, because it would create so much unnecessary, conversation about what most wanted means. Because however you slice it, it won't make sense. So no, Shanks having the highest of the Yonko, perfectly fine with that. Um, Kaido and Big Mom having bounties in the same stratosphere is fucking, what the fuck is his name? Blackbeard is weird. Like I would have thought at least give them a whole, like making them 3 million or something like that. Like why are they in the same twos as Blackbeard? Like it doesn't make sense to me. He just got his bounty. Yeah, he's a power, but I would still fear someone who's been in the game longer as opposed to someone who, yeah, he skyrocketed it, but these motherfuckers are still threats. Like they got their Blackbeard doesn't have his fingers deep enough in the stuff yet. Kaido had a whole drug underground marketing ring going. Blackbeard could have the same thing, but it's not as deep as Kaido or Big Mom. When you got niggas that owe you favors from 20 some years ago, you can't. New money can't beat that. You can't. So yeah, look out for my videos, man. It's Friday. I'm gonna try to upload a video tomorrow. Probably chill on Sunday, make a few videos for the week, and then just pop them out throughout the week, man, and just keep that up. Sunday's my busy day. I don't rest. I just go to work, do my videos, right, get everything down, and then go. Yeah. It has been a good stream. I can see why Joy Boy was like, fuck the reverie. My back hurt, nigga. Yeah, so, hey, man. We live. We're live. Yeah, it is. I should do it like this. Y'all didn't have to see me. Just have my beard just like, yeah. I wonder if it changes. I'm be mad if my thing, if there was like no filter the whole time. It was just fucking with me. But yeah. Like, and all that shit. There's supposed to be more, but nah, I can't remember. All right, y'all, I'm out. I'm like my own stream because no one else did. Can I do that? Nope. I'm hurt.